What's up, guys? This is Matthew Boyle from languagecardgames.com, and today I'm going to show you my most fantastic language learning card game yet. It's called Othertongue, and it can be used to study and battle any foreign language vocabulary that you got under your belt. It's a game for 2 or more players. It is challenging, it is strategic, and no matter what languages you are learning, you can sit down to the table and battle other people, provided they know enough English to understand the rules of the cards. So we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to show you briefly how a basic game would start to unfold. And then in the next video we can go a little bit deeper. But okay, so there's 2 general ways to play. One is you can shuffle up some cards and share a deck between all the players, or you can construct individual decks to battle against each other. So let's just imagine we have a simple 2-player game, me against you, and we're going to share this deck of cards. There's about 48 cards altogether. That could be a lot, especially if you're just getting started playing this game. So you might just want to take out a few to get started. You might want to cut that number in half if you're just starting out. But okay, so let's say it's my turn to go first, and I draw a card. Right off the bat, you have a choice. You can keep the card in your hand, or you can play it to the field. You must draw a card, but you don't have to put it down unless you want to. But I've chosen to start with the knight because the knight is probably my favorite card in this whole deck. And the reason is the knight lets you attack other people with their own foreign language that they're studying. Let's imagine that I'm studying Chinese and you are studying Spanish. And I don't really know Spanish, but I know a few words. If I can say a Spanish word that I can translate into English, but you can't translate it into English, then I'm going to be able to subtract 1 point from one of your cards. In this game, every card is worth 1 point, and at the end of the game, the winner is the person with the most points. So knight is worth 1 point, and whatever cards you might have over there are worth a point. So knight lets you use your opponent's languages against them. How cool is that? Okay, but you don't have any cards yet, so there's nothing I can do. I can't really use that to attack you right now. So right there, my turn would end, and I would say, okay, it's your turn. So you draw a card, and it is the Archer. The Archer is another really neat card that I like because it lets you translate verbs on other people's cards in order to attack them. So you would draw that card, and you would place it there because you're sitting opposite to me. So I imagine that a verb is something that's in motion, it's moving, right? So the Archer lets you target verbs on other people's cards. So if you look at the knight card, there's some different verbs like speak, translate, subtract, and so on. So if you, the other player fighting me, can translate one of those words into a foreign language that you are studying, then you're going to be able to use Archer to do what? I can't even remember. There's so many cards that I've made. Okay, you have an option to turn the card down or discard it if you can do that. So again, let's say you're studying Spanish and you're able to translate the verb speak or subtract or whatever, then you're going to be able to possibly turn down or discard my knight card altogether. So let's say you're able to do that. Knight has one last trick up his sleeve. Some of the cards in this game can, what I call stay on if you can roll a certain number on a dice. So this card says Knight can stay on a 5 or a 5 plus, 5 or higher. So if you succeed to attack me and I can roll a 5 or higher on a die, then I can stay. But if I can't, your move works and he would be knocked out. So this is just a really basic introduction. Let's just say for kicks the game ended right there. Okay, the game ends when there's no more cards to draw from. So Archer is worth 1 point and I have no cards. That means you would win the game, but obviously this can get a lot more complex than that. You may have multiple players or multiple cards out on the field and you'll just have to tally them up. Sometimes cards can gain points or lose points and you'll just have to total them at the end. But this time you won. How about that? You won your first game of Othertongue against the creator himself. Now in the next video, I'd like to go a little bit deeper and talk about some different types of mechanics of this game, some typical things that happen to cards. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Matthew Boyle from languagecardgames.com. And if you're interested in these games, I hope you'll subscribe, like, or leave a comment. Thanks for watching.